Bow wow.
Welcome to DogStar.
Each week we sit down with a star of hip-hop and R&B, and this week we have the pleasure of sitting down with Yøung Machitø.
You, what's goody?
How's it going? Thank you so
good.
much for coming through, taking the time out of your busy schedule.
No, thank you for having me, honestly. I'm as much as a fan of you as you are of me, so I really appreciate you guys for having me, so thank you.
That means a lot. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. I said we dive on in.
Exactly. Want the backstory, starting from the very beginning. So you're born in Minnesota? Where are you from?
Born and raised in Brooklyn.
Oh.
Okay.
Brooklyn, New York, so shout out to my family out there. Also in Staten Island and Jersey.
And before you were old enough to pick the music you were listening to, who was playing music around you?
My God, so first and foremost, I got to give my flowers to my pops because he was the one that really got me into old school hip hop. So I was listening to like the KRS-Ones, Run DMC, you know, the Wu-Tang Clan, stuff like that. He really got me into it. And I just love the wordplay and that diversity of how they can just, you know, do their thing and also have a story to tell as well as, you know, have a good flow when they do it. So
was he musical at all? Did he perform or write at all?
No, he wasn't really musical. He was just very music influenced.
Had a good taste.
Yeah, very good taste of music. So got it from my pops and also my mom too. She put me on to a lot of R&B, stuff like that. So a little bit of everything. It was just, like I said, a collective of sounds for me. So anything that I really had my ear, you know, sunk into, I always just dove right into it and try to play with it myself. So
yeah, what was your early music taste like? Do you remember like the first album you had or what you had on your first iPod, I guess it would be?
Honestly, I would say it would be Biggie Smalls' Ready to Die album.
Oh, wow.
That was what really got it for me, was to see him really tell his tale in such a detailed way, but also in a way where you can also try to find similarities and characteristics to try to relate to him as well. So
yeah, you're listening to all this phenomenal music. At what point or maybe at what age did it click in your head, I want to do this, I want to be up on that stage?
I think it really clicked when I was like maybe 10 or 11. I always liked playing music in general, so I was always in like jazz bands, stuff like that. I started off playing the violin. Not a lot, not fancy. Yeah, no. I started that when I was like 12. Not good at it at all, but you know, played with it for a little bit, but then I found to really get attracted to percussion. That was my thing. I love, you know, hitting the drum, stuff like that. So I played the drum set, the snare, stuff like that. So it was really cool for me. A little bit of piano as well. So.
And what age was this?
Around like 12, 13. Everything was just self-taught because it was just something that really interested me. So it was just like, okay, I see people doing it, so let me go ahead and go to U of Y and study some stuff. So U of Y is a University of YouTube. So just seeing how stuff like that was. I apologize.
No worries.
But yeah, it was one of those things that really got me started. Seeing other people do it, get a collective of others to listen to them and have that little hypnotism in a sense of just being like, yo, listen to me, listen to what I have to say. That's what I like. So.
Yeah, and I saw in one of the other interviews you did talking about writing like pretty early on. I think you said
I did
like
a lot
14
of poetry,
or 15.
believe it or not. Yeah. Was
that a school thing too?
Like school, it was just one of those things. I was just there. You know, I knew a lot of people, but it was just nothing really for me. I knew I was always just like, there's going to be something out there for me, but I just don't know what it was. And this was my little niche. The stuff that I found as like a nice little hobby was something that I could really see myself achieving in life. So I just pursued that and really say it's all or nothing. I really don't have a plan B. So that's how I'm really coming right now, full force. Or at least
awesome.
trying to.
Yeah.
Can you remember what I guess, so you were in jazz band and stuff, so that's like performing in front of a crowd, even if it's just like the parents,
like little
right?
school performances, stuff like that. I remember we did it was this one song, I think it was called El Gato Gordo, but it was like some real like bossa nova jazz type vibe, and it was nice. It was something smooth. That was another thing that really got to me, was not only hip hop but also jazz. Like I love Frank Sinatra. You would have never guessed by looking at me, but I'm into the Tony Bennett's, Frank Sinatra, Amy Winehouse's, stuff like that.
Yeah.
They really have a lot of soul into their music, and that's what I really focus on is emotion. Anybody can say something, but do you really mean it? Is it really something that sticks with you as a person? And that's what I always gravitated to, was honest and truthful music.
I like that approach.
Did you ever do any classes or go to school for music beyond like band class or like
I stopped
maybe a creative
I stopped
writing
like in
class?
high school. Probably when I was like 16, 17, that's probably when I stopped because I was just like, you know what, this ain't cool. Nobody liking it. I'm a nerd basically doing this, but you know, it would be something that I wouldn't mind getting back into, playing an instrument, because it's just like I use an instrument already, my voice, you know what I mean? So to try to go back into other stuff, that would be fun. That'd be fun.
Did you ever do choir or
choir? No,
talent
that was another
shows
thing
or
for my
anything?
mom. Like she used to sing. She tried to go on to American Idol.
What?
She got almost close to the stage where you can go and meet Simon and all them. She made it to that point, but you know, she didn't get that far. But I got a lot of musical influence from her and my pops. So that's probably
cool.
what really helped me, you know, decide for myself as well, because we were always a musical family. Even in the background of my family in New York, parties every weekend, listening to good music, vibing, just chilling, having a good time. So
now, at these parties, were any of the kids ever encouraged to perform in front of the adults? Can you remember
as a little funny thing, like they would play music, they'd be like, "Go dance, okay," and they video record us dancing, stuff like that. You know, it was just little party vibes. It was a good family function, and those are good memories that I have that help me keep going as well. You know what I mean? Like my family, unfortunately, I don't get to see them as much as I would like to, but I know that they see me doing what I'm doing. They really support me, and I love them for that as well. So. Yeah.
Definitely. Beyond just the support of a loving family, did any of them have any insight into the music industry, like how to release your first song, or where'd you learn about
it was more so of just me going like throughout the years. Everything's self-taught, man.
Wow.
Like so you know, throughout hearing other people, oh, okay, I use this platform, or oh, I use this website to go ahead and distribute it. So I use DistroKid.
Nice.
And that's what really helps me get everything on, you know, Spotify, iTunes, you know, everything like that. So the only thing is just I've slowed down a lot, as I told you before. So I just want to try to come back again full force and just not try to second guess myself and just let my music speak for itself.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's go through the journey then. So what's the first song you dropped, and was it as Yøung Machitø?
The first song I dropped, I believe, if it wasn't Te Amo, because I wanted to start off something light, something where it was like kind of everybody could listen to. It was a easy vibe. It was either that or I think,
Earliest I've got is What's Poppin'.
What's Poppin'?
Earliest I could find evidence of is I Got Bees remix on SoundCloud.
That was, I think I released that, like 3-4 years ago. Yeah, that one was I think it was an Ugly God beat I did over that. So I was just like, he just kept on saying, you know, I got bees, I got bees. So I'm just like, all right, but where's the flow? Let put a little sazon, a little flavor in there, you know what I mean? Something. So that's the earliest that I remember releasing. But as far as like an official song, I would have to say Te Amo.
Okay.
Nice.
2019. And again, was that as Yøung Machitø? Was it just as Machitø?
It was Yøung Machitø. Okay. I think it was spelled differently with like the little circles with the slashes on it or something like that, but yeah.
And did you have any previous artist names, even if it was?
No, so I think the Yøung was just added in for a stage name, but my nickname is Machito. So back home, everybody calls me Machito, and that's you know Spanish for little macho. You know what I mean? But so I just added that in there just to be like, yo, okay, here we go. This is another Yøung. But as far as it goes, you could call me Machito, Yøung Machitø, whatever, but yeah.
Interchangeable.
Yeah, interchangeable.
And a moment ago, you said your first real song was Te Amo.
Te Amo. And
I've got like 7 other songs before that. Are those not real songs?
Those are real songs, but I feel like as far as like putting myself out there as my lighter side, that was, I felt that was more so what people could listen to, because it was like every song that you were putting down was it was a good song. I loved it, but it was at a point in time in my life where it was just, you know, I'm not proud of the things that I did, but I'm not gonna regret it either. You know what I mean? So it's just like I'm trying to be on a path of, like I said before to you, peace. You know, trying to do the right thing, but at the same time, everything happens. Life happens.
And Te Amo, I Love You, a great kind of a restart, a reset. Yeah,
trying to be, at least.
I mean, The Real You was also not as
The Real
first
You,
song.
yeah, no, that one was another one. I think that one was I think I was going through something with this one chick. Yeah.
Oh no,
a little heartbreak.
It was something like that. She was a little nutty, but you know, they're laughing because, you know, she was she's lying. I'm not gonna try to say too much, because if she says this, she might find me, or says this stuff, she might find me. I'm sorry, but
turbulence.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, no, she sliced up Machito up a few times right here on my arm. Yeah, I could.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, you know, it was a little experience, but it was something that, you know, it is what it is.
I mean, you lived through it and you made some awesome music from it.
It's just my problem is I love Crazy Woman. I love Crazy Woman, so yeah, I kind of asked for that one, but it is what it is.
Hey, yeah, that guy. I mean, domestic violence, not a joke.
No.
If you need to get out, get out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
No.
but yeah. So your Te Amo is what you feel like. Proud of that. You're showing it to people.
Te Amo, that was believe it or not, that was I wrote that song when I was in a really, really dark place. Really, really dark place. And to try to get myself out of it, and that's why I love music so much, because it's just like it gets you that sense of purpose to want to be creative. So I was just like, you know what, let me try to get myself up out of this funk. Let me try to create a love song. You know, let me try to make something to where it's like, you know, very relatable, but also something up-tempo and not too, you know, sad boyish in a way, if that makes sense. So,
yeah, totally.
Yeah. Do you find yourself doing that a lot with music, where it's like if you're in a certain mood, or like if you want to get excited for something, you end up writing a party song? Or
I have a lot of party songs, but again, it goes back to just me needing to release them. So I think one that I did tell you was Can't Stop. I do want to do a video for that one, a Drop the Mic video for that. So I think that would be nice.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, you guys got a little snippet of it, so
yeah, the sneak peek.
Yeah, a little sneak peek, you know, a little light work, but
just a little perk. And then I've got, well, I don't know if I'm hitting all of them, but Effin' with Zelda comes out in 2019 as well.
Yeah, that was another good one. That was I was trying to do meme songs. Stuff that everybody could relate to, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever played the Zelda games, but that was just something fun in my childhood, you know, that I love to play. So to play on with the, you know, with the beat itself, it was nice. It was nice. I did another one. I think it was called Super Mario's.
Yes.
That was another fun song. That one, again, a point in time in my life where it was just like I really didn't care. So it was just more like something happened with someone, and, you know, their female was feeling me. That was just the best way I could say it. She was just feeling me. So one thing led to another, and I was just like, all right, cool. I guess he got salty about it, but, you know, she was well known to having fun with others. So.
Oh, no.
But
one of those. That's
one
how
of
it
those.
goes.
So I was just like, you know what, this is kind of a funny situation. So let me try to find something. So I found the Super Mario beat. So
capture the moment in time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yes, sir.
I mean, are there any songs you wouldn't include on your set list present day?
Probably Stick to His Face.
Okay.
That one was
Which came out like right after Te Amo, right?
Yeah, right after Te Amo. So again, I was trying to do my thing, but, you know, again, life happens. So that song came out, but that one, I don't know. Maybe not put it in the set list, but if I wanted to, if I was, you know, feeling that emotion again, I might I put it back in.
Or if the fans, if it suddenly
if anybody
spikes,
wants to listen to it, hey, I'm all with the people. So you tell me what you want to listen to, and I got you. So
you heard it here.
And then when in the timeline, what did you move to Minnesota?
About like 2 years ago, because I was living out in New York for a little bit. I was going through some stuff. With
but doing music out there.
Doing music out there was fun. I got to learn a lot. It was something different. I met a lot of people. I would say it's something different. It's the vibe is very different.
What do you mean?
Very 180. Very 180. It's very picky and choosy. I mean, I know that's how it is out here too, but it's a very if you know them, they'll wanna approach you. But
interesting.
Other than that, yeah.
And then, would you say you hit the ground running when you moved out to Minnesota? Like, was that?
I would say that's where it kind of made me be like, all right, cool. You kept on going back and forth. Now, what do you want to do? Release something, do something. So that's when I went.
Then you went all in, but I guess that's not quite in order. So sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Boom, Exhale comes out.
Exhale, yeah, that was
2019 as well.
2019 as well, yeah.
So that's an album. What made you want to do an album?
After a bunch of singles.
It was just like, I was just throwing a bunch of singles. I'm like, if I'm doing that, I might as well put an album out there. You know what I mean? And Exhale, that was me telling myself in a way where I don't know how to explain it. I was in tune with a lot of people, but I was very cautious of a lot of people. You know what I mean? So it was just at a point in time where it was just like I felt a certain way. I felt like I really couldn't be around a lot of people without, having to really evaluate things. And that's one thing I'm an overthinker. So it's just one of those things that album kind of showed how I feel, why I feel that way, and just I'm not a one-trick pony. I don't just do one style. I feel as though I'm like a chameleon. I can adapt to anything. You put a beat in front of me, or you put a genre, or you say something that's just like, yo, see if you could do this. I'll go 100% to try to make it my own. You know what I mean? So
we're sitting down with the chameleon himself, Yøung Machitø, here on DogStar.
Make sure to follow him on Instagram, YOUNGMACHITO.
Yes, sir.
Yøung Machitø with the O's, with the lines on Spotify still? That's the right one?
You could just do a regular O's now. I think I switched it back for my distro kit, so I think you could just find me just like that. So.
Very nice.
I also have links under my bio on my profile, so you just click the link, you see the link tree, brings you to everything that you want to go ahead and check out. So.
The YouTube, you got to check out the videos, Instagram, Facebook as well, active on there.
We're going to be right back talking more about Day to Day. Yøung Machitø here on DogStar. Stick with us.
Bow wow.
Bow wow.
Yippee-yo, yippee-yay.
Bow wow.
Welcome back to DogStar.
Sitting down with Yøung Machitø, learning all about you.
Yes, sir.
Origin story, basically up to the release of Day to Day, the 6-track. I call it a project. Do you call it an EP, album? What do you call it?
I would call it an EP.
Okay.
An EP, something. But Day to Day, that one was a nice little. That was a nice track. That one was another one where it was kind of like something I was trying to do with Deyamo, trying to show my soft side, but just showing that, again, life happens, But I would really want to go ahead and try to do a visualized music video for that, because I feel like if you've heard the song, you would know that it just puts you in a trance into like, okay, damn. This is how he feels. This is who he is. This is what he said that he is trying to accomplish, what he's trying to achieve. And I feel like with that song, it tries to, I guess, try to show a well-balanced version of myself and what I'm trying to do.
I like that.
And then,
I was jumping ahead a little bit. That was in 2022. It was Rewind. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so we're False Friends, I think came out in April, May 1st.
Yep.
That was a sweet single.
Thank you.
Spot comes out also with the visualizer. This is when you start doing visualizers with everything. Yep. What made you decide to have that extra aspect?
I wanted to put a face with the voice. I feel as though I've put a lot of music out there that they're just like, okay, we know how he sounds. What does he look like? What is his demeanor? Who is he? Mm-hmm. What's his presence? So I guess I wanted to show more of myself and really put myself out there. So. And
did you have any influences of artists that you enjoyed as a fan of their visualizers or music video styles? Or
I would say more like the Trippie Reds, the Uzis, the Extentacion, stuff like that. Yeah. That was more like the sad boy era, but that was more of the era where it was just everything was going. It was just really catchy music, you know what I mean? Even also with the YNW Melly, he was another good artist too that I really like to see, especially for his music video, Suicidal.
Okay, I'll have to check that out.
That one was like a cartoonish music video, Elijah. So,
Speaking of, who designed the album cover for Exhale? Kind of cartoonish sad boy, the project, Exhale.
I feel so bad because my memory is like garbage.
Was it you?
No, it was a female. It was a female. I think she was from like Queens or Staten Island, New York. I had hit her up on IG and I seen her work, and it was very just like very popish, new kind of cartoonish anime style that I was kind of going for. And I was like, all right, I wanna have a dark, gritty vibe. Show a little piece of what I see in my mind, or how I feel as though what I see as though life is for me. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
No, that's so interesting.
Have you continued to collaborate with that person with other album covers, or has each release been different?
Each release has been different, and that would be me. That would be me editing it.
No way.
And my boy, or associate Perplux.
Yes.
Yeah. Gotta give him his flowers, so.
That's dope.
Yeah.
But you have the vision.
Vision has always been there. That's always been my thing. It's like, I know what I want. I know how I want it. I just don't know certain terminologies of it. So it's just like, it's more of I have to be a hands-on person. Again, same thing with like me learning instruments. It's one thing to just hear somebody be like, okay, it's a G chord, A minor, whatever it is. But it's another to just feel it and have that, I guess, ritual to it. I don't know how to explain. It's just, I guess once I get into a sound or something that I really want to do music-wise, I go dive in it, and I don't know how to explain it. It's just kind of like I black out. I just like to go and lock in, I guess.
You had mentioned poetry a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Do you write the lyrics first? Do you find the beat, write the lyrics to the beat? How does that process go?
I always go ahead and listen to the beat. I want to listen to the beat about maybe 4 or 5 times. And then after the 4th time, I guess it gives me a sense of how I want to start off the hook and the melody. And then as far as like the verse and the bars go, that's all just natural.
Wow. Yeah. Have you always done it that way, or
I've always felt as though writing music for me is like a puzzle. It's just like, okay, what's a good word that I can use to articulate how I feel and how I can best describe what situation or what kind of instance of what I mean in a song in a way where anybody can gravitate and understand, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So
how has the hunt for beats evolved over the years?
It's been good. Again, it's with Perplux. I've used with his beats and stuff like that, and some with other people. I do have a song in the archives, like an old song that I did with this producer named Styx. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him, but very talented individual. Very talented. So I want to see if maybe I can go ahead and try to gravitate more to seeing what other people can offer me as far as, producing, mixing, and mastering and stuff like that goes. I'm very open, so.
Yeah, and definitely got the versatile style, too. So you could do an EP with any producer, and I'm sure it would come out pretty cool.
Yeah, it's one of those things, again, where it's like, I know what I want, I know how I want it, I just don't know the terminology. So if somebody can go ahead and we can just vibe and just naturally grow into something to where it's like, okay, you understand how I want it. You're going to tweak it up. I'll tell you, okay, add maybe this or take this down or whatever.
Build that rapport. Yeah.
But yeah, you know what I mean? And just have that relationship keep going up and up until where it's just like, okay, I'm not going to second guess what you're going to think of how it should sound or how you think it's going to be. As long as you make it sound professional and studio ready, I'm
happy.
with it.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Still searching for that partner in crime, though.
Partner in crime, maybe if I want to do another album.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as that right now, I just want to start off, doing something singles. I'll work with different, producers. If any, would like to work, check out my music. So,
definitely. Yeah, so the next song would be Missing You then at the end of 2020.
Yes.
Is it a theme? Wintertime brings out the. It was
just, again, my life is a very crazy one. Not to try to sound dramatic or anything like that, but it was at a point in time where I was going through a lot of stuff with a certain individual, and it was hard. I was a different person how I am now. Like I said, I'm very calm, trying to keep the peace. Not so much back then. But yeah.
And then you dropped the song probably in the middle of all of that, and then the next you'd wait until the summer to drop anything else. Take You High, you started at least teasing in June.
Yeah, that was another one. That was, I guess, trying to get myself out of that funk with Missing You. So
yeah.
I felt like that was another good transition. It was something that I felt like it was a party vibe. It was kind of universal. Anybody could sing it. You could put it at a party, just vibe. Have that other significant other or whoever you may be with just, enjoy it. So that's what I was trying to incorporate with that song.
Totally. I think you nailed it.
And then the last song that drops before the Day-to-Day EP promo starts is Memories. I don't know if that ended up being on Day-to-Day.
I don't think it did. No, it was one that it was just, I felt like it was, I already said enough and Missing You. So it's like, why am I going to keep repeating myself and make it seem like I'm stuck on that individual when it's just like, no, I said my piece, trying to move on, different chapter type vibe. So,
which leads us right into Day-to-Day.
Yeah.
Again, another project in the river of singles that you've dropped.
Yeah.
What was the draw to make another project?
Again, just stuff happening in my life to where it's just like I was at a point where I felt as though I was against the world and the world was against me.
Whoa.
And I don't know. I don't know how to best describe it. Maybe one of them off camera they could tell you or something, but
enough push to put that emotion into a project.
Yeah.
And have it all be like more than just one song's worth of something to say.
To be honest, it's like how we are right now. I'm not a very talkative person. I let my music very speak for itself. That's it's just I go in depth that way. I feel as though that's my way of being able to communicate with the outside world so they can see how I go about my day and how I live my life and again how I see things.
Totally, yeah. Releasing those songs has got to be so therapeutic then, especially if that's...
Music's always been a therapy for me. It's even when I release music, and I don't want to get too deep into it, there's songs that I really don't like that I have out, but it's just like, if I didn't put it out there, I felt like it would have consumed me or would have got me off the track of just trying to be focused, with my tunnel vision mind, so...
Is there any songs that you can think of off the top of your head that were like that you held on to and it was just kind of like haunting your hard drive until you dropped it?
Yeah. It's Staying Alive.
Oh, okay.
That one. That one has to do with depression. And I guess, how one goes about that. And I don't think I'm going to release it anytime soon, at least because I want to make it into a really big project, like something very cinematic. So I want to make 2 parts. The first part being how I'm talking about life, how I see everything going my way, you know, as soon as like the camera opens in, my eyes open and everything that's colorful starts to dissipate into like black and white. So basically going to a vision of how I see things. And I know how I want for this video to come out, and it's one that if I put it out there, it's going to be something where it's just like, whoa. Because I don't know. I feel like I said, I say too much in my music, so it's just like that one's I gotta wait a little bit for that one. So,
but it sounds really exciting and gives us fans something to look forward to as well.
Very true.
Exactly.
Very true.
And yeah, it sounds like some back to your early music type of song. Because you're like, first couple songs, you're like, F it, this is how I feel. Like, this is the real deal.
And it goes to, again, like just trying to do different genres of just how expressing how I feel. So it's just like, if I can do it in a way where it's gritty and aggressive and to just be straight to the point, okay, hip hop, rap, there we go. But if it's to being like, okay, why are you like that? Why do you feel as though you see this world as that? Or, you know, it's very black and white. Is the R&B, the melodic stuff, the stuff that I just try to put out there. But, yeah.
Nice. So, yeah, we got 2 Day-to-Day. Well, I guess Love is Pain, that was promo for Day-to-Day. And then Damaged, also promo for Day-to-Day.
Yep.
The rollout game is... You figured it out, it seems like,
totally,
for this project, because it's like everything, like...
I just wanted to just talk about, again, my trials and tribulations, you know, stuff like that, and try to incorporate it into a sense of, okay, I'm putting my pain out there, but I'm trying to make it in a sense of, okay, you feel like that, but there was a reason why you feel like that. And I feel as though if I didn't experience love, you know, or what I thought was genuine love, is something I probably wouldn't have even made. You know what I mean? I probably would have just stuck to the very hardcore, like, roughneck stuff. So, yeah.
What advice do you have for up-and-coming artists who they're afraid to show their true emotion in their music, perhaps?
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it, because it's just like, why are you holding on to it? Like, that's real lame. Like, that's how I thought, like, it should be. Like, that's how I told you. But again, if you don't throw yourself out there, if you don't stay consistent, if you don't stay motivated or focused on the fact, like, okay, this is what I really want to do and this is how I want to do it, then really take an evaluation of what you really want to do in life, because this is a lifestyle. What I do is a lifestyle. This is something that's not easy. But at the same time, once you overcome it, it's very rewarding at the end. So
that's huge.
Yeah.
After that project drop, Day-to-Day, before we finally move on, what does it feel like after you drop it? Is it like closure? Are you living your life differently now that like that's behind you?
Yeah, I feel like it's something that I could just go ahead and just be proud of and be like, hey, you overcame that. You know what I mean? You didn't let it haunt you, or you didn't let it define who you are as a person now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So.
And did you have like a week where you could kind of kick back and relish in that, or was it right back into the studio?
I've always just been right back to it. So once I release a song, I just go ahead and, okay, what's next?
What's next?
Because again, it's a good song, but at the same time, I just want to try to go ahead and put more music out there, try to be more present, more, you know, here, letting them know that I'm here, I'm coming strong, and I got very good stuff coming.
Heck yeah! I don't know if this is how the timeline actually lines up with the move, but just did you move to Minnesota in 2020, early 2022, early 2022?
Like 2021, 2022, going into that, yeah.
Because then, yeah, Tough Love, at least the some promo for it was in January of 2022. So are you in Minnesota then making this music?
Yes. That was when I was in Minnesota making this music.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's something you want to get into, but why move to Minnesota?
I just thought it was something different. It's just like you have a lot of artists that come from where I come from to where they can present themselves or do something in a certain way where it's a lot of politics, everybody knows, can go ahead and continue. But out here, it's a lot of opportunity. But again, it's a very weird place. Like, again, I know more of it just because of my cousin Wiggs. So shout out to him. He's helped me a lot. Get myself out there, get myself present. I believe it was what was it, Urban Spotlight? Was that the first when I came out to Minnesota?
Oh, the Artist Spotlight with Black Shark.
No, it was Urban Lights. It was at what was it? It was like some record shop. Urban Lights, yeah,
nice.
Urban Lights, yeah. So shout out Urban Lights. That's why I guess I wanted to put my facial presence to the music, put the face behind the sound. So
that's huge.
We're sitting down with a Yøung Machitø here on DogStar.
Oh, we got to take another break.
Giving
That's
us
crazy.
a peek behind the curtain, working our way through the discography and the trials and tribulations that came with them.
yes, sir.
We appreciate you sharing.
Thank you.
Instagram, Yøung Machitø, Spotify, everywhere you listen to your music, Yøung Machitø.
YouTube
MACH.
videos,
videos for sure.
Yeah, no. Shout out to my boy Justin too for Moonlight. That was a real fun project to do.
Justin the DP on Instagram.
Yes, sir.
Follow us, DogStar Podcast. We'll be right back. Bow wow.
Bow wow.
Bow wow.
Welcome back to DogStar.
Sitting down with Yøung Machitø, working our way through the discography.
Yes, sir.
Coming up to present day.
Yes, sir.
Coming right up. How far did we get? We got to
22, I think.
Tough Love. You're living in Minnesota now. How was finding new people to work with in new venues? Like, what was that like moving, or how did you?
It was like, again, shout out to my cousin. He was the one that really brought the scene to me because I just didn't really know where to start out. Honestly, I had the music, I had the vision, but I just didn't have the foundation. You know what I mean?
Did that affect your work ethic at all? Being in a
Not
new
really,
environment?
because even when I wasn't performing and I was just making songs, I was just very consistent on what I wanted and how I wanted to do it. But it was just how to start it. You know what I mean?
You had mentioned, I believe, off mic about the few hiatuses that you've taken, just to focus on life.
Yeah, to focus on life, focus on myself, and just really put myself back in that mindset and not, again, be my worst enemy, hold myself back.
Right. But now, like you've been saying, you're back at it full swing, full force.
Trying to be.
Oh, I love it.
So we got B, Don't Stay With Me. The teaser, that's April 2022.
Yeah, that one, I wanted to do it, but then again, just wrong timing. I felt bad for the individual, so it was just one of those things where it's like, let me chill out. Let me just, try to be on a straight path, an honest path, and not try to step on any toes along the way. You know what I mean? Just try to be honest about it. So
did that go back into the vault, or?
Yeah. Went back in the vault. I might drop it soon, just to do it, just as another. Just you know what? Why not? Let's see how this goes. But
because you never know, it could become the fan favorite.
Never know. It's one, and that's the funny thing too, because that's what I've come to realize is just like the song that you really don't put a lot of effort in, or you really don't think is gonna do well, ends up being the one that surprises you. So I think that's something I'm kind of excited for. So
heck yeah, doing our research, I forget what exactly song it was, but I think you did a performance video for it. But at this point, it was like 6 songs ago.
Take a Number, I believe. No,
it could have been, but then you were re-pushing that song like it was a brand new song again, and I just thought that was a really smart way to do it. just like whenever a song gets traction, it's like if it's new to the ears, it might as well be brand new.
Right.
So that's huge. And then also in January, February, March, April. In April, you went to Ohio in 2022. Out of state performance.
That was a movie, man. That was fun. That was really cool. Shout out to my boy King Swank.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and my boy Aiden, Crazy Eye Productions again. My cousin Wiggs. We all went out there, did our thing. So that was pretty fun.
That's huge. And I mean, you probably had some of that feeling moving to Minnesota where it's like, this is a whole new crowd.
Whole new crowd, whole different experience. It was a lot of crowd participation. The energy was just something. I didn't think that was going to, be as big as what it really was. So it was pretty cool.
How do you prepare for a show? How do you rehearse? Or is it always kind of on repeat in your head?
I don't know how to explain it. It's just one of those things. It's just like once I'm on stage, it's just I don't know. It's like I lock in. It's kind of like I zone in and I just let myself do my thing. It's hard to explain. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be so coy
no
about
worries.
it. But
Yeah. How do you feel when you see videos of yourself performing that you might not have remembered doing? Excuse me.
It's something different. It's something where it's just like, okay, I see where I'm going, but it just doesn't feel like how I see. I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm on autopilot.
Yeah.
Interesting.
In a sense.
It's that pure creation. Leaking out of
so you know what I mean? So it's just one of those things that, once I'm on stage, I just do my thing again. You got to ask my cousin or anybody that's over here just how it is because they see it. So,
but you're not drilling in the mirror for 4 hours a day, losing sleep.
No, like the songs are always there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's kind of hard to get out of my head, in a sense. If that makes sense.
They're when they're that poignant, when they're that powerful of songs,
right.
I'm sure they do stick with you.
Yeah, speaking of a powerful song with staying power, Moonlight, you start teasing that in June. So it's like the summer of waiting for Moonlight to come out.
Again, shout out to Justin, man.
And Crazy Eye Production as well, helping out on that.
Oh, man, he was in the jumpsuit. He was the criminal, yeah.
Okay.
So, cameo.
Yeah, no, it was really cool because the whole idea that Justin had for it was just more like a cop and robber vibe, like kind of SWAT team. You chasing them down, but you kind of gritty. You're a dirty cop trying to get the money back, everything like that. Towards the end, where you see it's a party vibe, that was kind of like what I incorporated as like a nice dark gritty, but just something to just incorporate drill, because that's something that I don't really see out here, or if I do, it's something different. You know what I mean? I have no disrespect with anybody that does drill out in Minnesota, so it's like you're doing your thing. I love it, but it's something different.
Mm-hmm. Are there any genres that you wouldn't touch?
No. Like I said, it just depends on the sound. So
yeah.
It could be like a Detroit style beat, I'll try to do my thing with that. If it's like a rock beat, as you heard, I'll try to do my thing with that. If it's a sound that I could really like zone into and really lock in and really focus, I'll come out with something really, really, really different, I guess, in a sense. I don't know how to explain it. Again, I let my music speak for itself.
Exactly. Yeah. The music does speak for itself.
Yeah.
And then, so we've got, while we're waiting for Moonlight to drop, because you started that Captain and Lion comes out.
Yep.
And,
that was on, not DogStar Podcast. No, that was on Black Shark, Artist Spotlight.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
Right.
Shout out to Crosby, man. He's a very, very talented person as well. Very driven, very strong-willed. He's the GOAT.
Yeah, a friend of the show and a true pillar of the community.
Oh, yeah.
And then you did the Juice WRLD Burn remix, which was sweet as well. Definitely.
Thank you.
Big summer for you in 2022. And then Moonlight drops in September. So a man of his word. It drops, no problem.
Yes, sir.
Was there significance to the September release date, or was that
it
just
was
when
just
you
more
could get
so
it?
I wanted to drop the song with the video.
Okay.
So it just took a little long to get it, edited, get the effects going, just a little polishing, finishing touches to it. But once we had it going, I was ready to just throw it out full circle. So
that's sweet. And then that's kind of the start. You started performing a bunch after that. In 2022, I noticed you did these shows at the garages. That's sweet. That's a cool venue. They love you out there.
They're a pretty cool venue. Not that big, but it was something that was, again, another good vibe. The energy that was there was pretty cool. Everybody was very in tune with the music that was going on, so that was pretty fun.
That's nice. And then, boom, that artist spotlight was that winter as well. I think it might have been 2023 that they dropped the Captain Lion performance or whatever.
Yep.
But then, boom, another show at the garage in February. Boom. Then this Behind the Mic.
That was with Black Shark as well.
That was like a documentary?
It was kind of like a thing that we were starting when I was in Vodum with my cousin, and that stands for Voice of the Minorities. And it was just a collective of people who were good at either freestyle rapping or writing down really good songs that really hit. You know what I mean? So it was pretty fun. But yeah, no, we all decided, equally that we should just, do our own separate thing, try to focus on what we really want and how we want to do it. So it was just like, the love is still there, Vodum is still a thing. It's family, you know what I mean? It's what brought us together. It's what got us to want to continue on music and really support each other and really want to go ahead and continue,
That's
and
sweet.
soon after that, 4 a.m. drops. Oh.
Yeah, I wanted to try something different.
Yeah, totally. What was the inspiration?
It was I was listening
Where'd
to
you
what's her
find that
name, Pink Panthers. It was Pink Panthers, but the beat that was actually Perplux. He made that. All him. Yeah, so I was going for like a Pink Panthers vibe, so that's where that kind of came into play. So
That's
fun.
Yeah.
Did you design that album cover or?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
That was fun too. How did you meet Perplux? I don't know if we ever covered that.
It's like when I first came out here, it was like I was always coming back and forth to Minnesota. So when I was out here in like 2020, I think a little after COVID, I was working over at a brewery. And I was working night shift 12 hours. He was working day shift. And apparently, he just started hearing me, talking about music, and then he just comes out of nowhere, I produce. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, okay, all right, bet, yeah, all right, cool, you produce, what's up? Like, he's like, no, here, I got something. And he played some of the songs that he made, and that kind of made a light bulb effect in my head go like, oh my God, there's something here.
Wow.
He was driven, I was driven. And that's kind of where we made Exhale. That was when I was still working at the brewery. I was working like nonstop, a month straight, no sleep, probably getting maybe an hour or so, working on the album and going to work as well. So
oh my gosh.
That's so fun. And cool to learn about that connection, how it all came about.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask, what kind of toll does working that hard take on your mind, your body, or even your creativity?
It drains you, it does, but at the same time, you just have to go in with that mindset. It's all a mind thing.
Yeah,
it's a mind game. If you feel as though, this is too hard for me, I don't think I can do it, then why are you even fathoming the thought of even trying to go for something that you don't even think you're gonna achieve?
Exactly.
Without taking that leap. Everything is a risk. Again, this is a lifestyle. This is something that's not easy to do with a lot of people that really go into music and really want to make that voice be known. You know what I mean? So,
what I was going to ask, what other big sacrifices that you care to share have you had to make, even generally, for your music career?
Family, just lack of being around people, just staying focused into just making a song. I'm very content with just being very closed off and just focusing on making a song. Like, I'll be around people, don't get me wrong. I love my boys. It's just I've always just been alone. I've always been a lone wolf in a sense, but I don't mind having company along the way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I like to have that balance.
No, I like that approach. I like at least the effort in trying to have that balance versus, having it tilt too far one way.
I mean, my research, so February 11th, 2023, you dropped the song Day, I believe, as well as perform at Creative MPLS.
Yeah.
So that's the best of both worlds. You're releasing your project, your baby, and being a part of the community and, rocking the crowd.
It was something to see. It was nice to know that, my music really was, in a sense, captivating for people to really want to listen to. Because as soon as it's like one of those things, as once you hear the melody or once you hear a tune, it's gonna really draw you in and be like, whoa, okay, hold on, well, what's going on here? Let me continue. So that's what I really try to go for with my music. So.
Yeah, you're learning all about your music taste and like the whole journey. It kind of does start to make sense. Like your songwriting is on point. Like the flows of the song, the hooks, switching up the flows midway through the verse, and even in your later songs, like switching up the whole beat basically for the second part of the song. Like that's awesome. If you didn't love music, you wouldn't be doing that.
Exactly. It's a labor of love, and again, it is a sacrifice. So again, if you really want to do this, you really gotta understand that it's all or nothing. You know what I mean? You can't really, excuse my French, you can't half-ass it. So.
Totally. Do you have any favorite songs to perform, or is it always just whatever the newest song is your new favorite?
I think
one?
my favorite song to perform is "False Friends."
Oh. Gets the people going.
Gets the people going. I like Day. I did perform Take a Number. And that was when I was performing with Dee Dee.
Mm-hmm. That was at 7th Street?
No. What was the...
Oh, Cadence. Yeah. Nice.
That's a great venue.
7th Street, that was with King Swank. Shout out to him.
Oh, nice.
That was fun. We did a song called Text. So
right, you're featured on that song?
No, he's featured on it.
Oh, vice versa.
Yeah. So once I put that song on, he was just like, wait, hold on, let me hop on it. And I'm like, okay, let's do something. So
do you have a preference between doing a song all by yourself versus having a feature on the song?
I mean, I don't mind having a feature. Again, I'm willing to work with anybody as long as they're just willing to put in 100% and know that this is going out there to the mass. And, that's really something that I really want to try to keep, I guess, obtainable as far as, like, quality and stuff like that goes. So again, I'm willing to work with anybody, but as long as they're hungry for it too. So
yeah, they got to get back to you with the feature. Otherwise, you can finish it yourself.
Yeah, how long would you wait for someone to get back with a feature? Month? Year?
No.
No.
No, like I feel like as though if you're an artist and you really say that you do music, I would give you the longest is maybe 2 weeks. I feel like that is more than enough time to come up with, a verse, melody, a cadence of how you want to go about with the beat. It's that's how I am with it. I'm not really picky and choosy and like, oh, you got to do it this certain time, but I don't want to try to slow it down either. Again, it's all about not stopping and continuing and just seeing what sticks, you know what I mean?
Well,
okay.
we can't wait to see what's next in your trajectory. We can't thank you again. We can't thank you enough for sitting down with us.
Thank you.
Sharing with us, sharing with fans and fans yet to come about your journey.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. Don't stop. Keep
Thank
going.
you.
Keep seeing what comes, and share it with the world.
Of course.
You can follow him, Yøung Machitø, on Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere you find your music. Follow us, DogStar Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Thank you again.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bow wow.
Bow wow.